Hi guys, So's here and welcome back to my channel. So you're probably wondering, okay, why didn't you post anything this week? Well, last week I should say. Um, like I've been saying all year, it has been very tough for me emotionally, physically, and it's just been a very tough year. When my laptop decided to go rogue of me and I couldn't export any of my videos anymore because I decided to upgrade my software, which is always a great thing. I always like change. But when that happened in a dead of the mid of summer, that kind of really blew, and that really dragged my self-esteem down more. As most of you know, over this past year, it has been very hard for me, especially with my mental illness. I already knew I was diagnosed with PTSD, and then diagnosed with borderline personality disorder and also generalized anxiety disorder. It's taken a lot out of me to accept that, but not only that, everything with Demi, you all know how hard that was for me, and dealing with family issues where we don't necessarily address it, but when we do, it's just very incredibly full on. Let me tell you how the last 2 to sort of 3 weeks have been for me. So over these weeks, it has been very up with my anxiety because I had about a lot of anxiety attacks, and sometimes this will happen every 2 days or so. And then when it was leading up to my brother coming home, I was ridden with anxiety for 24 hours, and I remember how scared I was for him to come home. And even though that we sat, Mum told my brothers that we need to communicate more, which is great, and I just let her do it because usually when I get really upset with my brothers or my family, I have a tendency to yell. So they're better off hearing from my mum than from me, and I just let her do the work. Since September, we found out that my nan was in a nursing home, and she still is. And when we went to visit my nan at the nursing home over this last past week, it has been more, let's say the week before, actually, it was very full on, saying that my nan has nervous system dementia, which we didn't know how bad it really was. And to see my nan like that, it was very full on. They're the other 2 living grandparents I have, so that was very full on to have that day. And I have another nanny who turned 80th over this past week as well. I love you, nanny. And it makes me really think about how I am so grateful, so that's what's been screwing my head up for last week. Not only that, even though I didn't talk to my brother when he came down last week about things that happened at the end of last year, I didn't want to bring him up because I know I would have a fit, and I decided that when he comes home in December, which is like probably a few weeks or 4 weeks or so away, probably 3 now, about 3 to 4 weeks, still about 3 weeks away until he does come home. That's when I will sit down with him and personally talk to him, because I was scared when he came home, and it was just a full-on weekend, let's just say that. So to explain as well why I have not been doing videos this week, it's because, one, my sleeping patterns have gone so effed over all over again. but I'm going to sit today, which is basically the 26th of November, and this video is getting posted today at 12. Well, has already been posted at 12 today. I just want to say to you guys that I'm sorry, but when shit really gets to me, it really gets to me, you know. This morning I will be listening to a Matthew Santoro podcast, which they are so amazing, guys. You should so go listen to his podcast. I will link down below the YouTube dedicated to that entire playlist and podcast all down below, and Apple iTunes as well for you guys. And I also just been playing games. That's what I will be doing this morning and most of the day. But I do apologize for how late this health vlog is. I really do apologize. But when you need time for yourself, you know, you really do need that, you know. Especially being 7 years in recovery, you know. When other stuff was happening as well, you know, I drank alcohol to think that it would go away, and it doesn't. And speaking my truth, that's just how I felt last week. But I'm okay. There's a reason why I call alcohol wacky hole, because one, it doesn't mix with me and it makes it wacky. So I want you all to know that I'm okay. I'm very brave. I'm going to continue being brave, and I hope that you all are doing well as well. If you're not, please contact a relative or a friend, because that can really help you. I love you guys. I just want to quickly do this video for you, and I hope this will explain what's been happening to me over the last few weeks or so. But I love you all, and I'll catch you all for a new video. Trying to get things worked out. We'll most likely watch Netflix within the next few days to get some videos out for you. But other than that, I love you all, and I'll catch you all very soon.